It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, NBA fans. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson, and seated beside me, Kenny the Jet Smith, and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, we'll be watching the Indiana Pacers playing against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Well, for Minnesota, this is their first time facing off this season. Last year, they split the season series at a game apiece. Got a couple of minutes here before tip-off. Let's talk about the best of the best. The category this time around, ball handling. Kenny, who's got the best handle?
The best handle in the league right now? Oh, easily. Kyrie Irving and Steph Curry. I'm going Kyrie number one, Steph Curry number 1A. Because I say this, Steph Curry has to use his handle to get his shot, but Kyrie uses it all the time to get everywhere on the floor.
It's Steph Curry, Jamal Crawford.
Ooh.
Then Chris Paul.
Yes.
Maybe a little Rondo, maybe Tony Parker, Derrick Rose, and my sleeper coming off the bench, Orlando, my neighbor, Elfrid Payton.
Kevin Harlan, take it away.
Let's make the visiting team Minnesota Timberwolves. At point guard, Andre Miller. At power forward, Kevin Garnett. At center, Karl Anthony Towns. At the other guard position, Kevin Martin. At the other forward position, Andrew Wiggins. The head coach of the visiting team is Flip Saunders. And now, your Indiana Pacers starting lineup. At power forward, at 6'9", number 5. Lavoy Allen. Starting at center, 6 feet 10 inches, number 27, Jordan Hill. At guard 6'2" from IUPUI, number 3, the hometown hero, George Hill. At shooting guard, at 6'3", number 11, Monte Ellis. The other forward, at 6'9", number 13, Paul George. Your home team head coach is Frank Vogel. Make some noise for your Pacers.
Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. We've got the Minnesota Timberwolves and Indiana. It's got to be a relief to see Rodney Stuckey back in uniform, looking healthy and ready to contribute.
And they've been waiting for this moment, Kevin. They've had a very tough time while he's been out, and I'm sure they're breathing a big sigh of relief that he's back on the court now.
Yeah, guys, his absence left a huge hole in their rotation. I mean, we certainly saw the impact and just how much he means to this team.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court for Minnesota, Martin and Wiggins out on the perimeter. Towns is out there with Garnett, and it's Miller in at the 1. Here's Indiana. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Guys, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure it out, though. If you're going to shoot in the low 30s, you're going to end up losing a lot of games.
Well, exactly. I mean, you just can't win if you don't shoot a better percentage than that. It's not going to happen.
Monte Ellis has always had a knack for the big shot. When things are on the line, he is a guy that is not afraid to step up.
And Kevin, last season, he had a number of big second halves and fourth quarters for the Mavs. Really took over that primary scoring role from Dirk Nowitzki. Stole a lot of games for them last season.
Wiggins kicks to Martin. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Martin's got his first basket of the night.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Here's Ellis, following the score by Kevin Martin. And it's Ellis penetrating. It's blocked, and they're able to recover. Allen's shot is off. The Timberwolves have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jordan Hill. That's his first foul.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. Martin for 3, and he gets it to go. Martin's got 5.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Outside Hill. Back to Ellis. Miller grabs the miss.
They've had a cold start so far. Just 1 of 5 from the floor here early.
Martin wide open. He fires. And another 3 for Minnesota.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
And George, here we go, makes it off the glass.
And he's starting to get what he wants here early and often. Nice move.
Timberwolves leading by 5. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Out to Miller. 6 to shoot. Back to Martin. Shoots from 12. Pacers with the rebound.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Moments ago, our Doris Burke had a chance to catch up with the coach, Frank Vogel. Doris?
He singled out KG as a player they would like to contain. He said that it goes beyond what KG can contribute in the stat sheet, explaining when Garnett gets going with his intensity, that just feeds into the rest of the team and it becomes a vicious cycle. Keeping Kevin from igniting his team is something they'd like to avoid here.
All right, Doris, thanks. And here's Miller following Monte Ellis's 3. And that one's good.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
He used that pick to perfection.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Now, here is Miller. Outside Martin. This one for 3. Hill pulls it in. Looking at the last game for the Minnesota Timberwolves, it was a loss to Golden State.
And you don't have to go too deep into the box score to figure out why they lost that one. They just had an inability on that day to make shots.
You know, sometimes we talk about a defense getting into the heads of the opposing players, Greg. That night, they got up in their own head. Just got in their own way and couldn't get out of it.
A young team trying to find their place in the league can have it tough on the road, Clark, and the 2015 Timberwolves typified that sentiment.
In spades, 7-34 on the road last season. Dead last in the West as they won only 3 road games against the rest of the conference.
Now the Pacers with it. A big stretch here going 10-2. Hill has the open look. Cranes the three-pointer. Hill's got 5.
And with the Wolves on the road, they shot threes better and had better offense. They would still lose by double digits on average.
Took him no time at all on that one. And 11 points for Martin.
He's having quite the quarter here, guys. I mean, shooting the ball extremely well. And, you know, guys, for the Wolves on the road last year, it was hard because they are in the West. I mean, we've talked before about how far they have to travel as a team for their road games.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game.
You know, for the Pacers last season, with Paul George being out for most of the season, they knew it would be a struggle. They would go into lengthy dry spells that made it hard for them to keep pace in the East, in part because they missed Paul George's all-around brilliance and his offense.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Mahimi's checked in for Lavoy Allen. Solomon Hill comes in for George. Rodney Stuckey's subbed in for Monte Ellis. Now here is Hill. 14 points from him the last game against Boston.
And also defensively, he was really aggressive. I mean, matter of fact, he had 4 steals over the course of that game.
Here's Wiggins. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And another lead change here. How many of these are we going to have tonight?
I'm not quite sure, but I'm willing to bet it'll be more than a few.
As for those dry spells you mentioned about the Pacers, GA, they had a number of long losing streaks last season.
Yeah, as a team, they had 4 different losing streaks of 6 or more games, and they got hot at the end. Season-high win streak of 6 to stay playoff relevant. It was just too little, too late compared to their losing streaks earlier in the year.
And the Pacers can't get it to go.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
And here's Miller. And Martin now top of the key. It's rebounded by Stuckey.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
Outside Hill. Misses the 3. For Minnesota, they've gone 7 of 13, just over 50% from the floor. Some good looks. It's stolen by Hill. Hill drives in the corner. Stuckey with it. Releases from 15. Here's Mahimi. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there. Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Now here is Miller. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3. There's 48 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Hill, a screen on Miller. And it's Hill penetrating. Got freed up. Nice work off the pick. Hill's got 7 points. Minnesota with the ball. They trail by 1. Miller outside. Towns, the pass to Wiggins. It drops for his 3rd basket. He's missed only 1 shot.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
Hill with it. He has 7. 19 seconds left to play in the first. Stuckey drives inside. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. And the Pacers lead by 1. Now Miller. His first shot coming late. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. And at the end of 1, both teams putting up some points. Indiana out in front. They're up by 1. And talk to Monte Ellis. He says he feeds off his doubters. He loves to hear someone say what he can't do.
I think I had that all my life. I always had to prove somebody wrong. And, you know, still to this day, That's just the competitiveness that I believe my oldest brother built into me when I was little.
And Monte Ellis is still trying to prove people wrong now in Dallas after their quick exit from the playoffs a season ago. Clark, it's been a decade in the league now for this very talented guard.
And you know, that kind of relentless determination is really something Monte is known for, and one of the reasons he has been around for 10 years in the NBA as a consistently good player and lethal scorer.
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And let's quickly break down the game, guys, we have seen from Indiana. What do you think?
I tell you what, the scoring has come in threes for the most part here so far.
Every time down the floor, it seems they're knocking down the triple.
On the court for Minnesota, Martin and Wiggins out on the perimeter. Zhang is out there with Towns, and it's Miller in at the 1 spot. Karl Anthony Towns didn't come into the previous year as the most highly touted prospect, Clark, but his play last year at Kentucky would change that.
No question about it. People knew he was going to be good, Kevin, but few saw him being this good. He showed he could do a little bit of everything as a Kentucky big.
Now here's Zhang. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. They grabbed their own miss, stolen by George. And now Ellis running the floor all by himself. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
No kidding. I mean, neither team has been able to hold the lead for any length of time, guys.
So close.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable. And guys, with Towns, he is so valuable in every aspect of the game. Really great at both ends of the floor. His defense is as strong as it gets for a first-year player. And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
That's good.
Superb playmaking from Monte Ellis. That dish was right on time.
Timberwolves trail.
And perhaps the biggest plus about Towns is his upside. I mean, he's shown that he can make big strides in his level of play. Already good at shooting from outside and can play either post spot, too.
Now here's Towns. 11 points for him in that last game against Golden State.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
A look now at where the Timberwolves ranked in the NBA last year. 6th in free throw percentage, 7th in points off turnovers. And they made their way into the top 10 in second chance points. I mean, this is a team that really emphasized chasing down missed shots, and they did a pretty good job of it.
And you look at their free throw percentage, not to be overlooked. I mean, this was a team, I thought, that did a really good job of taking advantage of their opportunities.
All right, now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
That free throw, good from Zhang. And Zhang drops them both. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Ellis dishes to Mahimi. Ellis outside. Feeds it to George. He kicks to Miles. And there's the pass to Ellis. And the Pacers another 3. Minnesota really had a rough year last season. A lot of people know that, obviously. A lot to do with their defense. They just, Greg, struggled in almost every defensive metric.
Yeah, and, you know, they struggled at times guarding the basketball, but ultimately I think the biggest issue for them was their inability to protect the rim. That's an area and a point of emphasis that has to improve for this young team.
You know, with the Timberwolves in their defense, it was the league's worst in opponent field goal percentage. Also dead last in field goal percentage, which takes threes into account for the value they add. So near the bottom of the league in block shots as well. Hard to win when you're struggling in those areas.
Now here's Allen. Lets it go from 11. Rebound by Dang.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
You know, they got the shot they wanted, but his defense, deterred them from those plans.
And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
And really, overall, the defense was just very poor. The defensive field goal percentage at the rim, worst in the league last season. And you don't have to block them all, but you need to do a better job of challenging shots, something the Wolves are going to have to work on.
They set the screen. Outside, Martin. That ball is good for another field goal, his 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
His shooting has been outstanding here. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Indiana's gone 6 of 8 on three-pointers in the game, an outstanding 75% mark. And George, here we go. Goes up the baseline. Here's Allen, and the rejection by Jang. But they recover it. Ellis kicks to Miles.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Timberwolves?
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
You know, we've seen them bearing their fair share of mid-range jumpers tonight, too. That's a good start for them.
And Indiana making a change here. Hill's checked in. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Jang. Shabazz Muhammad comes in for Wiggins. Levine's checked in for Kevin Martin. And Jones subbed in for Miller. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. And for C.J. Miles, he sure can string together a long line of threes under the league with a nice jump shot that has now become deadly.
Yeah, he doesn't get to the free throw line much, and he's not really much of a playmaker, but he's 3D in color. HD 3D.
Jones. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got 3 rebounds now in this one. And Miles kicks to Allen. Rebound, Minnesota.
And talking about C.J. Miles, he was filthy last year. Indiana needed his spark offensively, especially without Paul George in the lineup. Miles responded by putting up career highs in points and minutes played. Just an unbelievable impact on the season.
Here's Allen after the made shot from Karl Anthony Towns. And the basket by Hill.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should continue to work the ball down low, Clark. It's really going to free up their outside shooting.
And Towns the bucket on the assist by Jones. Towns has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And for most every team out there, guys, they're looking for a guy like C.J. Miles. Decent size, natural movement skills, and can absolutely shoot the lights out. Call them buckets, because that's a lethal formula. His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Jones kicks to Towns. To the wing on the left. Releases. Levine can't hit.
Man, that is a missed opportunity right there.
And he'll be the first to tell you, Greg, that's one he should have knocked down.
And here's Miles outside. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist. Ellis has got 3 assists in the game. Minnesota's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Pekovic with a screen. Jones the pass to Levine. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. The Pacers are gone 6 of 14 shooting here in the second. Knocked away. To the middle. Here's Pekovic. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. With a break in the action, we go to the 2K leaderboard. See the teams that excelled at slowing the pace down a campaign ago. The Pacers 4th.
I mean, they held opponents to so few points that it allowed them to win games even when their offense wasn't clicking.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops.
And guys, for Nikola Pekovic, NBA scouts said he needed work on his shot coming in, yet he's money from mid-range at times, especially at the charity stripe. One of the best free throw shooting bigs we have in our league.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Solomon Hill, he's checked in for Paul George. Stuckey comes in for C.J. Miles. And George Hill's subbed in for Ellis. And so Pekovic nails both of them. And back to Pekovic at the free throw line. Clark, he has consistently been around 75% for his career.
And Kevin, last season he got that number up to 84%. And he also gives you really good effort in the paint on both ends of the floor.
Levine dishes to Pekovic. And Bielitsa kicks to Levine. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Pekovic against Hill. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Bielitsa. It's stolen by Hill. Now here is Hill. He's got 7. The 3. And that one's good. And now a 3-point Pacer lead. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Indiana.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
Can't hit. 2 for 1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
3 on 3. Kicks to Allen. The 11-footer bounces high off the rim and drops. Allen's got his first 2 points of the night.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Pass to Bielitsa. Can they get it? There's the bucket. Good. Bielitsa's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Pacers lead by 4. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, thank you. Here with Frank Vogel. And, Coach, you've got to be pleased with that first half. The ball was moving. Your guys were sharing. Things were going well for you. What about it pleased you?
Yeah, the game is simple when you make the extra pass, when you play the right way. We start out playing this way. We got to continue it for 4 quarters.
Thank you, Frank. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you so much, Doris. Great interview as always. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back with the second half of basketball shortly.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be looking back at the game's first half. For the Pacers, the first quarter was pretty even. During one stretch, they trailed by 7, never falling behind too far. The second quarter was a strong effort for them as they continued to battle, and they were able to close out the half in a good position. And Kenny, what'd you think about what we saw from Indiana?
Well, they were lighting it up from 3, and that was the difference in the first half. They did a good job of running off screens, spotting up, and getting rid of the ball quickly. And their shot selection, solid.
How about you, Shaq? What'd you think about Minnesota?
The big positive, I think their points in the paint. They were determined to work the ball inside of Ernie. It worked. It's always worked. I got 4 rings. I know it works for a fact. That's why they call me Dr. O'Neal, because I'm a master at being dominant on the inside. Anyway, you got to keep that going, because that will continue to open things up for them on the perimeter.
And that's it for halftime, as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. Really an incredible game from Kevin Martin.
And the thing I noticed most in that first half was his offense. He was not wasteful with his opportunities and also did a great job of converting with the chances he had.
I agree with you, Greg. Judicious shot selection. All of his looks were good looks.
Pacers leading by 4.
And for a long time now, Indiana has protected the rim. It's one of the core elements of their defense and why they are so strong on D every year.
Hill is out there with Ellis. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Lavoy Allen. And it's Hill in at the 5 spot. That's the group starting the second half for Frank Vogel. Miller against Hill. Pick up by Hill. 3-pointer. No luck. So Minnesota will take it the other way. And last year for Indiana, top 3 at protecting the rim. Opponent shot under 50% right at the hoop club.
You know, that number might not sound like a lot, but being under 50% on essentially layups, that's a big deal. Protecting the rim is a huge part of winning basketball.
Here's George following the bucket by the Timberwolves. The 19-footer is on the money. George has got 9.
Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on him.
Garnett outside. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Could it have been any other way? I mean, last season, KG returning to the Wolves. I mean, the entire city was buzzing for his return.
Kevin Garnett was once the star here and now is acting as the mentor for all these young Timberwolves players. He won't let them slack even for a moment on or off the floor.
You know, it's that competitive fire that made KG so great, Kevin, and Minnesota made a savvy move, I think, to get him into the locker room and back on the squad.
Both free throws good from Kevin Garnett.
Boy, I tell you what, he does not look like your typical big man up there at the line. He has an excellent stroke and a percentage to match.
The drive by Hill. Here's Allen. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Allen's got his second bucket of the night.
Oh, man, how about the last-minute decision there to pull the shot down and get a better one for your teammate?
It's stolen by Hill. Fast break. Here comes Indiana. And the shot is good. And it's a 4-point Indiana lead.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Now here's Garnett. It's rebounded by Indiana. Hill's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's George. Great D that time from Martin. Timberwolves trail by 4. Wiggins drives in. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
They double him with Wiggins. Dishes it to George. Elbow shot is on the way. Here's Hill, and that one is hammered home.
And he's just going all out to get the second chance points. Just a terrific finish.
There was no one that was going to prevent MGA from converting that one.
Well, clearly this is the kind of game that could come down to 1 or 2 plays, and he wants to be the guy to make those plays.
Offensive rebound. Here's Dang. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Zhang's got 11 points.
You know, obviously, he knows how to finish with some flair.
The Pacers have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Ellis kicks to Hill. A 3-pointer off the mark. Minnesota's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. That puts them in the lead. And that's 18 points for Martin.
He is raining threes here tonight, and he is going to continue to stay aggressive.
As he should. I mean, when you're having the kind of day he's having from long range, you're doing your team a disservice if you aren't shot hungry.
Now Garnett, following the miss by Ellis from deep. Kevin Martin on the wing. On the wing, Miller. Back to Martin. Just 5 to shoot. It's stolen by Hill. Hill up top. Right side, George. It's back to Hill. Ellis, the pass to George. Hill, a screen on Wiggins. Clock at 4. Fires from the wing. The offensive rebound. And the basket by Hill. Hill's got 6 here in this quarter.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
You're right on target there, Greg. Of the last 10 points they've allowed, 8 have come from in close.
Now here's Garnett. That's tipped. Wiggins with it. George picks him up. Wiggins kicks to Miller. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got 6 rebounds here tonight. It's Hill on the wing for the 3. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist. And that's 10 points for Hill.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
Pacers didn't have the year they wanted to last season. Still, their defense was right near the top. They kind of hang their hat on that, don't they?
Exactly. I mean, that is what this team's culture is all about, defense. And even in a down year, they were very hard to play against for other teams.
Three-pointer, Martin. Great defense that time from Ellis. Indiana's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. That's all good, and that's his 5th basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the float.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout.
You know, and Paul George played the first few years of his career in the NBA with 24 on his back. And as you can see, he now goes with 13 after making the switch prior to last year.
And with Paul George going with the number 13 now, as you can see, helps with his nickname, PG-13.
Yeah, that's a good nickname, a nice fit. Young Tracy, as he likes to go by on Twitter, he said himself that it was about embracing his stature and stardom in the league. Nice way to do it.
And some changes here for the Pacers. Mahinmi's checked in for Lavoy Allen. Solomon Hill comes in for George. Rodney Stuckey subbed in for Ellis. And a change for the Timberwolves. Towns, he's checked in for Gorgie Dang. Now, here is Miller. He has 6. The feed now to Martin. There's the dish to Towns. 6 on the shot clock. That one rolling around and rims out.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Hill against Miller. Stuckey dishes to Hill. Second chance shot, and the layup good by Hill. And it's a 6-point Indiana lead.
They've been getting it inside at every opportunity and getting results, too.
Yeah, that's a winning formula as far as I'm concerned. They've been the aggressors and far more assertive on the offensive end.
Now, here is Miller. He feeds it to Garnett. And a great assist by Miller as that one goes in. Miller's got 5 assists in the game. Pacers leading by 4. Hill with it. And it's Miller picking him up. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Minnesota. And stolen by Wiggins. Miller against Hill. The 3. Miller, no up.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Ahead. It's tipped.
And with the time left, they still can go 2 for 1.
Boy, they've got to do it fast. They must hurry from here.
A chance at a 2 for 1 if they want it.
If I'm them, I try it.
And it's Hill penetrating. And so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Jordan Hill. And then for Minnesota, Muhammad comes in for Andrew Wiggins, and Zach LaVine subbed in for Miller. .35 seconds left in the third. Outside Hill. They get a hand on it. Muhammad with the steal. Passes it to Towns for the lead. Hill pulls it in. Stuckey up top. Outside Hill. Lets the three fly. Basket is good. The assist from Stuckey. 6 points for Hill.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
Here's Muhammad. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the fourth. All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. Timberwolves trail by 5. On the court for Minnesota. Martin out on the wing with Muhammad. Towns is out there with Pekovic. And it's LaVine in at the point guard position. Martin the pass to Muhammad. And the rebound goes to the Pacers.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
It's stolen by Hill. Here's Stuckey. Kevin Martin grabs the board. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. From deep. It's hauled in by George. George has got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.
And Towns gets it to go.
Yeah, that's asking a lot from that defender.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, he just doesn't have the size to really be effective in that kind of matchup.
Here is Miles to the inside. Mahimi, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And a lot of teams in the West can at least get a little bit of a breather when they go against the Eastern teams. The Wolves didn't have that last year. They got pummeled by the entire conference.
Greg, as you said, with the Wolves, they had as hard a time with the East as anyone. Only managed a 9-21 record, Clark, out of conference.
And those 9 wins were the fewest against the East for any team in the NBA. Not a surprise given how badly the Wolves struggled in general.
Lavoy Allen's checked in for Indiana. Ellis comes in for C.J. Miles. And then for Minnesota, Jang, he's checked in for Nikola Pekovic. And Bjelica in for Kevin Martin. Second free throw, no good.
And one bright note for the Pacers last season was the play of their bench. Adding Rodney Stuckey was a huge boost for them.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture. Clutch.
They set the pick. Ellis goes in. An easy layup after coming off the pick. And the Pacers lead by 7.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
And Towns gets it to go. Towns has got 4 points now in the quarter. And Stuckey led the charge for the Pacers bench, Greg, as you were talking about. But all around the reserves, Clark, were fantastic on the Pacers.
Yeah, third in the league at almost 41 points per game off the bench. First in the NBA in bench rebounding, and top 10 in field goal percentage as a bench.
And the Timberwolves with possession here, following the miss by Monte Ellis. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his first foul.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Jordan Hill, he's checked in for the Pacers. On defense, the Pacers. Here's Dang. Off the left rim and out. Pacers leading by 5. And George kicks to Hill. Takes a 3. Can't get it to go. And Minnesota now the other way. At the top of the key, Towns knocks it loose. Shoots from 12. Muhammad, no luck. The Pacers have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Here's Allen. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got 4 assists now tonight.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Now here's Jang. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling.
Stuckey kicks to George. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. And the Pacers lead by 7.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And the Timberwolves call time here.
And Rodney Stuckey, a combo guard out of Eastern Washington, played a big role for the Pacers a season ago.
You were talking about Stuckey. He did play well in his first year with the Pacers. Clark, he helped them as a starter and off the bench.
Yeah, really had his most efficient year scoring the ball to date. And more than his scoring and what he brought on the court, his presence in the locker room and professionalism. You talk to the people around the Pacers, he was a breath of fresh air on a team that has a number of fresh air guys.
Minnesota calls timeout. And at this point of the game, getting a break here, important for the teams to regroup. And for the players, this is where you have a chance to get rehydrated with Gatorade. Get ready to play strong to finish off the game. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Hey, Kev. Well, during that last break, I heard Flip Saunders addressing his team. He is not happy with their perimeter defense, saying, guys, way too many open shots for them beyond the three-point line. We've got to press up closer and try to crowd them off the arc. Guys, we'll see if they got the message.
Hill, he's checked in for Rodney Stuckey. Here's Hill. Minnesota with the rebound. Garnett's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Timberwolves trail by 7. They set the pick. Miller dishes to Wiggins. Back to Miller. He kicks to Towns. 4 on the shot clock. That's good, and it's Miller with the assist. 10 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
Andre Miller, one of the best dime droppers around.
Pacers leading by 5. And it's Ellis penetrating, and that one's good.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Here's Towns after the made shot from Monte Ellis. Wiggins outside. Back to Miller. Wiggins kicks to Towns. It's rebounded by Indiana. Hill's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Hill against Miller. Over in the corner, Ellis. To the middle, here's Allen, and he uses the glass on the layup. And now it's a 9-point Indiana lead.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
Now here is Miller, and another 3 for Minnesota.
And now both teams really in a groove.
This game already, guys, was high scoring, but they've really amped and ramped it up to another level down the stretch.
And the Pacers call time here. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
I was able to listen in on what Frank Vogel had to say to his team. He touched on his desire to see them make heavy use of the pick and roll for the rest of the game. Keep setting those screens, fellas. Those were his exact words. He also wants to see a patient offense, work for the shot, move the ball around, and as he told them, quote, if you don't see a good shot, find someone who does. So Coach waiting until the final stages to pull a few tricks out of his sleeve. Kevin, let's see if he's made a wise decision.
And thank you for that, Doris. And he gets it to go.
Fantastic bomb there, just especially against the taller defender.
Clutch shooting, determination, and plenty of skill, too.
And stolen by Miller. Wiggins against George. To tie it up. Miller with another miss. Pacers leading by 3. Hill passes to George. To the paint. There's Allen. That's good on the assist by George. George has got assist number 5 here tonight.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Now here is Martin. Back to Wiggins. Shot clock at 6. Towns. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
What a huge boost he's giving them here. 4 or 5 in this fourth quarter has come up big.
And the Pacers call time here. They're ahead by 3. 1:10 left in the fourth quarter. .110 left in the fourth. Feeds it to Hill. He dishes it to Hill. 14 feet away, and there are the Pacers with another bucket.
He is really hard to guard. I mean, that's about all you can ask of the defense out there.
1:03 left here in the fourth quarter. Timberwolves trail by 5. Garnett outside. Back to Miller. Clock at 6. Elbow shot is on the way. Sinks it. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Clark, they'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see some long possessions out of them going forward. There's PG creating for a teammate. Terrific dime drop.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Garnett left side. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. From deep three-point range, and that's collected by Hill. George dishes to Ellis. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Well, Kev, that took forever. I don't know what took them so long, but the coaching staff can't be pleased with that right now.
There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And they go to the intentional foul.
Shooting for Indiana, the boy, Allen. Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
Shooting 2.
He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. There's Miller with the 3. So it's Indiana picking up the win. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, and they got pushed down the stretch, but they did what they needed to do and held their ground when it mattered most and got the W.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Guys, Paul George standing by with me here. And Paul, first, congratulations on the win. What's the attitude you have as a team right now?
Continue to, play together. And we can just stick to that, keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Paul, thank you so much. Guys, over to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. And now time to send it over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Jordan Hill.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunities. He took advantage of every good look he got. I mean, everything he put up was going in.
Well, he certainly pulled his weight in the rebound department. His energy and his positioning were fantastic. Forget about everything else he did. His work on the glass alone had a big impact tonight.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.